One of our worst days happened at Disney. We were traveling with 4 children and we were exhausted. If you've ever been to a park like Disney with kids, you know you end up walking a lot and you're tired. During this time in our life, Toby was still wearing regular glasses but was using a cane as he was just legally blind and not fully blind yet. In the last hours of our time in the park, a few kids jumped over his cane. I'm sure they just weren't paying attention and their parents didn't really care, it seems like. Toby got pretty frustrated because he could feel his cane move, he could feel the sensation of someone moving in front of him, but didn't see everything fully. So after about the 4th time somebody jumped over it, Toby leaned over to me and said, "The next kid that jumps over my cane, I am gonna trip them with my cane." To be completely honest, I didn't think he was gonna do it. I was more preoccupied with just tending to our kids. We were almost to the exit when out of the corner of my eye, I see Toby's cane going left and right frantically. And I looked at the ground and I saw the kid, and he had Down syndrome, and I simply wanted to perish. If someone ever asks me about bad days, I always have to mention,
I used to live in a house with 3 of my friends, and one day my friend's dog walked into my room. This is the dog in question. She walks into my room and she's going like, and me, being an expert at reading body language, assume that that is dog words for, oh my god, I'm choking. However, I am not even CPR certified for people, so I did not know what to do. So I panicked, I picked her up, and I was just like, I'm so sorry for what's about to happen, and I just stuck my hand down her throat, and I felt something, and I just gave it a little pull, and boom, she was safe. I am now holding in one hand a breathing dog, and in the other hand, a elastic cover for a penis that was used. She was then promptly grounded. This is a Christian household. There will be no premarital gagging on condoms.
If me and my sister ever put our elbows on the dinner table, my mom would take a fork and stab us in the arm. On Thanksgiving, I put my elbow on the table and she stabbed me with the fork, and she told me I wasn't allowed to have Thanksgiving dinner that night and I had to go to my room. Well, payback's a bitch. My mom got food poisoning from the turkey because she accidentally baked it with the plastic in it. But guess
I hope you're ready for the grossest story time you will ever hear in your entire freaking life. Let me just wipe off this here pimple cream. When I tell y'all that the people who live above me are insane, it's like a woman, her kid, and then they have like 2 like bear-sized dogs, apparently. This is when you know your nails are too sharp. So she also has a boyfriend who comes over like 2-3 times a week. And you're probably like, Chelsea, how do you know all this? Are you a stalker? When her boyfriend comes over, they literally scream at each other and fight until like 3 a.m. every single time. And also he apparently looks like an ugly version of T.I. A lot of this stuff I find out from the maintenance guy. We're pretty cool. Also, I'm gonna do the spoon trend today. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. Okay, I also held the spoon like this and then blended and doing the backwards smoky eye. I don't even know what it's called. Not me doing 2 trends in one video. Anyways, back to my neighbors. So these people literally get domestic violence calls all the time. I call security on them at least 3 times a week. They're literally screaming at each other as we speak. So one day I'm just coming home from work, minding my own business. I walk into my bathroom to pee, and there's liquid sprayed everywhere, all over my walls, my floor, my toilet, my bathtub, everything. So immediately I just like am thinking my toilet like exploded or something, I don't know. So I start cleaning it up, Swiffering and you know, whatever, and I realize it's not water, it's urine. My shower curtains are soaked. So I start screaming for my roommate to come into my bathroom to investigate the situation with me. And just to kind of give you an idea, the pee smelled so bad that we literally didn't think it was human pee. We literally thought it was dog pee. That's how bad it smelled, just to give you an idea. So we come to the conclusion that the pee is coming from my light in my ceiling, or like the sprinkler that was right next to it. I don't know, but basically it was raining urine in my bathroom. So we obviously put in a maintenance request like immediately. And one of the maintenance guys actually came literally that night. And he's like, oh yeah, it's for sure coming from upstairs. So he's like, let me try and go upstairs and talk to them. I'll be right back. He comes back down like 2 seconds later and he's like, yeah, I can't go in there because nobody's home. Like no one was answering and their dogs are too big and too scary for him to go in there without them home. So he's basically like, yeah, we're gonna have to try again tomorrow. At this point, my entire bathroom is literally empty. And this was happening probably twice a day where it would literally just like leak pee from my ceiling. I'm like showering in my roommate's shower. And we're just sitting here and we're just like, are they like locking their dog in the bathroom and it's like peeing on the floor and like leaking into my bathroom? Like, I don't know what's going on. So this went on for days because they couldn't get into the apartment because they were never answering the door. Meanwhile, my bathroom is literally inside my room, so you can imagine how wonderful my bedroom smelled. So then one night, me and my roommate are at the movies and we're about to go into the theater. I get a call from the maintenance guy. He tells me that he finally got into their apartment because as he was going up to the door, she was entering her apartment. So he was like, yeah, it's the toilet. I was like, oh, the toilet's clogged. He's like, Chelsea, that's an understatement. He was like, I would tell you what's in this toilet, but I don't want to ruin your day. I'm so sorry to do this, but part 2 is up now. Okay, part 2. So he's like, Chelsea, I would tell you what's in this toilet, but I don't want to ruin your day. And I was like, what? What's in this toilet? Basically, he told me that every time that they were flushing the toilet, it was leaking down into my bathroom, which would make sense because, like, you know, a couple times a day. But I'm just like, how do you leave your toilet clogged for that long? So he basically told me that he's calling the plumber and he's gonna come first thing tomorrow. No need to worry, everything's great. Meanwhile, I've like bleached my entire bathroom. I've cleaned everything there is to clean, but you know, my entire room smells like urine. So the plumber comes the next day. I actually heard him because I was off that day. I heard him upstairs like going in on that toilet. He was using like every single tool you could ever imagine. It literally sounded like Noah building the ark up there. So even after I knew that he had fixed it, I still waited like a couple of days before I put everything in my bathroom because I was just like so scarred from all of my stuff being peed on. And then they ended up sending a bunch of like other maintenance guys to literally cut out an entire hole in my ceiling of my bathroom and like clean everything, give me new drywall, and then like put the ceiling back. It was just like a whole thing. I don't know. And like, I wish that they would have offered for someone to come and clean my stuff for me. That would have been really nice. But also I'm kind of like, I'm glad that I cleaned it myself because I just don't trust people like that. Anyways, my bathroom is back to being cute, but yeah. But anyways, here's my pink contacts and I'm kind of living for this. I feel like I'm like a pink Power Ranger, but like Barbie. What do you guys think? Also, does anyone else have like horrible upstairs neighbors or is it just me? Let me know some horror stories down below. Also, go follow me on Instagram because I'm going to do a huge makeup giveaway at 10K. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that again.
I've been dating my boyfriend for a year. We matched on Tinder originally and he sparked up a conversation with me about my career field, which is in the funeral business. I'm a licensed cosmetologist who prepares deceased people for their funerals. It might sound weird to some, but I enjoy my job and it brings me joy to see the family's reactions to my work. It also doesn't bother me to do makeup on deceased people. My boyfriend's always been supportive and interested in my career. I always thought he was just a sweet and supportive person. We would always talk about my job and my clients. He always asked me specific questions about how people look and what it's like when I'm touching them or doing work on them. I was always happy to answer his questions and talk about my work with him because it was nice to have someone who was genuinely interested. I also have a portfolio with before and after pictures of work I've done on my deceased clients with their family's permission, of course. My boyfriend asked to see these pictures, but I never showed him or anyone else besides potential employers because I felt that 1, it was disrespectful to the memory of the person and their family, and 2, because it was unprofessional to do so. Originally, my boyfriend respected me when I told him my reasoning as to why I wouldn't show him, but over time, he's gotten more and more agitated about it. It slowly came up more often and it was starting to make me question why he gets so upset over this. However, a month ago, he stopped bringing it up and asking about it. One day, when he was sleeping and his phone was out, I had the craziest gut feeling to go through it. I had never done it before, but I couldn't shake this feeling. I finally gave in and checked his photo album. I was shocked to find that he had gone through my portfolio and snapped pictures of it. I woke him up in anger and confronted him. This is when he broke down and admitted that he was into necrophilia. Things only went downhill from here. Part 2, I found out my boyfriend is into necrophilia. When my boyfriend broke down and admitted it, I was shocked. Everything from our first conversation up until finding the pictures on his phone all made sense in a different light. He explained that me being a mortuary cosmetologist is what drew him to me in the first place. All the conversations we had about my job and experiences further fueled his fantasies and made it all more realistic. He also enjoyed that I didn't mind being around deceased people. He admitted that he thought eventually he might be able to get me to roleplay in the bedroom with him and give him a realistic taste of what it would really be like. As he said all of this, I could see and feel the excitement slowly radiating off of him. I'm not one to shame people for what they're into, but this just creeped me out. I think he could see the terror on my face because he quickly tried to change the topic. However, it was too late. Knowing all of this knowledge now, I couldn't turn a blind eye and it wasn't something that I could accept. I grabbed his phone and wiped the pictures. Then I told him that I needed the next few days to myself. He gathered his things and left. However, he spent the next few days blowing up my phone with apologies. They started out sincere at first, but when I didn't reply, they got more aggressive. He tried to shame me for not being an open-minded person and accepting of his interest. By the end of the week, I told him our relationship was over and his actions were unforgivable. He continued to pester me for a while after that, but eventually backed off when I threatened to out him to his friends and family if he didn't leave me alone.
Yeah, nobody can take away the things we share. Hope you don't mind how I need you like the air. The way I love you, they don't understand. And it's crazy how you're my best friend. You're always in my mind, let's dance to the rhythm of your heartbeat. The way I love you, they don't understand. And it's crazy how you're my best friend. You're always in my mind, let's dance to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Dance with me, dance. Oh, my love, can you dance with me? Dance with me.